Hello, good morning. Today we got something coming new. Well, it's been out already, and yeah, let's have a look, see what we got. This is the Blitz, okay, the Begode Blitz, and see the packaging of the box is much smaller, and I believe there's no battery in this unit at the moment, so it's a bare bone unit, and you got the new Begode menu. Look at that. Okay, that's something different. You got the certificate there. And let's go in here. So first thing, we got a power supply, and now this is interesting. So we got the pedal hanger as well. So the pedal hanger shifts separately. Well, it's not connected. I think that's why it's probably it reduces the size of the box by not having the pedal hanger on the machine. You got the pump for the suspensions. You got a standard 5 amp charger, 13.4 volt, and the screws for the pedal hammer. Okay, so let's take this thing out and have a look at it on the bench. Okay, so it's on the bench. Now you can't get any bare than this. So it hasn't got a battery on there, and this is what it looks like without a battery. Okay, and let's have a look at the quality and build on this thing. Now the bits come separately, and you can see here, we got the side panel there. This is probably to cover the battery. Okay, there's two of those, and they're plastic with the Velcro stuck on there. And then we got the two Begode pedal, and again they're lightweight, aluminium. The rod is in there, and we got the two pedal hanger and the plastic rear stand. So this one seems to be thicker than the one I've seen previously, or the model. So it's quite a thick, chunky back stand, okay, which is better. So you got plastic and a bit of metal. So this is metal. So the bar on the bottom is metal, and the side is plastic with the usual screw. Let's put it on the bench and have a look. Okay. Okay, so now let's look at the quality and the design of this pedal hanger. Now it's quite slim, as you can see there. Yeah, so having a look at this, this is a new design pedal hanger that holds the pedal on the wheel. So this will be held on by 2, 4, 6, 8 screw, which is strong, very strong, and this goes on top. Only thing is, let's have a quick look. Let's take this out. Okay, so the pedal hanger goes in like this. The weight will be on this, and it's held on by the screw, and plus all this weight is pressing against this. Okay, so it's pressing against this. Okay, so it should be strong enough to stand. So you see there the weight. I don't know if you can see that. See that? So all the weight is pressed against here and along here. So the amount of pressure coming from here will be pulling this out. So it should be strong enough. I'm not sure what the maximum weight this can handle. So all that weight will be pressing along there, pushing against the wheel, okay, into the body, and it's held on by those top 6 screw. Yeah, so it's a new design, as I say. It's let's hope this will hold it without any problem. You see there, so it's very lightweight and it's only 3mm thick. Only 3mm thick. Yeah, 3mm. Okay, 3mm thick on there. Yeah. So let's hope this will do the job, and because at first feel is very light and small, the bracket, and there's only one rod holding it, like in the old days, you know, the wheel, just one rod, and it's a very big pedal as well. So yeah, so it's a massive pedal, hung on by 6 screw on this very lightweight aluminium bracket. You see that? So, so let's hope this will withstand the weight for a heavy rider. Okay, and just yeah, so it's 3mm thick plate on the joints. So that is the new pedal design on the Blitz. Let's put that away and let's look at the wheel. Okay, you can see this is the Blitz, and it's a street tire, and the usual Begode light, 2,400 watts hour, this one. And you've got the motor cable coming up here, so the Begode motor cable there coming up, and the wire goes into the metal box there. Okay, so let's have a look at the mudguard here. So this is a plastic mudguard with the carbon fiber pattern on there. And we got the motor here, and the suspension looks a little bit is changed now, so it's quite a slim suspension rod. So the shape, they're all the same like the Master, but it's just a thinner rod, okay, with a rod tube going in there. And the mount, the motor mount, is one piece. So this piece is the whole piece that goes round and down to the other side. So it's a U-shaped piece, and it seems to be very thick as well, which is good. Okay, it's a lot more stronger. I like to see that. And yeah, it's secured in on the bottom here with a rod, with this mounting bracket that mounts onto the pedal hanger. Okay, so you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 screw there. Yeah, and it holds. So the motor bolt is 4 bolt. Okay, although they're very thin there, you see that they're very thin on the edges. The screw, this has been filed down to round off. So it's definitely not that kind of size, but it's sort of like round off screw because it's so tight to the gap there. You see there? So because it's so tight and so close to the rod, the head has been rounded off. You see there? So this is a normal size, and that's been rounded off to make it smaller. Okay, so because it's very tight and small and tiny there. And you've got the 4 bolt that hold into the rod, 5 bolt into the rod, and that's the bracket for the pedal hanger. It looks strong enough, And the motor, and the tire is 90/90 14, which is a thicker tire, 90/90. The usual one was 80/90, but this one is 90/90, which is slightly wider. And let's have a look at the top. So the back of the suspension mechanism. Let's look at this width on here. There we are. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 millimeter. Okay, so thickness is 6 millimeter. And you got the spacer here, 1 and 2. And this is a very tiny little screw here. Look, it's a 3M screw holding there together, just to hold that together. And then you got the normal size screw in there to hold it. So the suspension has got the rebound as well. So 2 valve, 2 dampening on there. So 2 air valve on this new suspension. Rebound and compression. And all this is plastic. And this is our metal. So that's metal. In feel it's metal or plastic. Is it metal or plastic? I have to see. Let's have a close look. Okay, it's laid down now, and so this is the metal, and metal there, and the suspension mechanism is all metal. The housing of the controller is all metal. The side frame and the handle here, this is all plastic, and the top cover is plastic. So you've got the charging port on the bottom there, and that little bottle cap there. So that's the charging port, and you've got the connector for the display and the light and display. Yeah, the display which is on the handle, and you've got other plugs in there as well. You've got the speaker underneath, the beeper. And this rod here, you got a bit of rubber there to stop the noise hitting the top. Obviously, all this is controlled by the compression on the air suspension. And this one is got the, I believe it's a, what motor is this? What motor is this? I believe this is a C30 motor. This one, it's a street motor, and I think that bring out a high torque as well. But this is the street motor one. Yeah, it's not written on there. That's just a serial number. It's 32 to 36. Okay, it's not marked on there, but I know it's a C30 motor. Mudguard's plastic. So all in all, it's very just sleek design, and everything trying to reduce in weight. So there's not much metal here. It's all the metals are all slimline. That's the word. So you got this metal motor, which is the most weight is the motor. You got the rod here, and this bracket here, and that's metal. And you got the top box there, which is metal, and the suspension. And that's about it. The rest is all plastic. And apart from the battery case, which will come next week, we'll see how heavy the battery will weight. But with a bare bone machine like this, it's quite light. It's very light. So it's a very light machine, and the design is with all those metals sticking out. Obviously, if you crash the machine, then everything will be bent and warp. And all this plastic will probably shattered or bend and lose its shape and crack off. But obviously it's replaceable as long as the inner metal box is not crack or anything like that. Now the trolley stand, let's have a look. Oh, so the trolley stand is metal. Okay, so that's metal. And look at that. So when you open it, it's actually hitting against the top handle here. This is a rubbish stand handle. So that's where the joint is. So you lift it up. This is horrible, isn't it? Look at that. Really is horrible. It's just something they just slapped on and that's it. Yeah. So that's, I know it's magnet, hold by magnet, but okay. And what's this over here? So there's nothing there. What is this? That's nothing. So nothing there, just a square box. There's nothing there. So it's just the shape of the box. Plastic box. Oh, screws there. So it just goes in like that. Plastic, display on the top. Is that the rear light? Let those see the rear light. Where's the rear light? We'll have to wait till the battery comes. Is that a light? Yeah, there's, I can't see any wire there. Let's open the top cover and see the inside of the machine. Here we are. So this is the Blitz inside, and see if the top cover, the plastic cover that goes on top of it, there's a plastic grommet here, rubber grommet, and that goes round the edges of the machines. And obviously, if this is incorrectly, if the cover goes on correctly, and that should be waterproof as long as it's tight and none of the screws are missing. Okay, so it looks like it is waterproof with a cover on top of it, but this is the hole from the battery cable that comes up. So obviously when you put the battery cable through here, those holes has to be sealed as well, otherwise the water can seep up in there and goes down here into the ball. Okay, and this is the main ball here. So this is the motor cable. There you go. Yeah, so the gauging on the motor cable seems to be a little bit thinner than usual, you know. And then there's all come up here, this orange cable here. So it's all bent with the Hall sensor plug into here, and everything is pushed in and glued in, and make sure there's no loose connections, which is good. All the plugs are silicone in, and see there. And then you've got the battery, which is also welded in, and the only connection is the plug here. So that's welded in, and yeah, the BMS cables are all welded into the ball, and the cable plugs into the charging port. So this is the new charging port circuit on the Blitz. It looks different from all the other one, and it's got the X90 socket on there, which is plug in, which is quite good actually. Yeah, very neat. It's the wiring seems to be improved on the Blitz. You know, it's nice and neat. So you got the control board there with the Bluetooth. This is another circuit. I hate it when they put stuff on top, you know, bits and pieces like dangling around. They always do that. And this is the oh, see that? Look, this is a little transformer there, and the circuit is just stuck on top on the transformer. It's very slubbish. Yeah. Why do they do these things like that? Just stuck on the ball like that. I mean, this is screwed on, which is good, but Even the Bluetooth is plugged in with silicone, but this is ridiculous. That one, that is not acceptable. You know, it's they should do something about the design, how they put things together. Yeah, so this is the so we've got, what's it got there? So you got the battery going in and the battery coming out, and then you got another plug here. Where's that going? Where's that go to? So you got the cable here. Ah, there you go. It goes to the charging port. So that's the charging port. Okay. So this is the charging port cable. It goes under there, round to here, and the bottle cap charging port is there. So the charging circuit is this, so you can call it the charging port as well, all together. And it adds the battery together and it forms the voltage, goes back in the controller. And yeah, it's well, no, it's quite neat and simple. So the amount of metal on here is not a lot, and see it's only 5mm thick. And obviously this mounts the battery, has to be thicker, and everything is quite slimline, you know. All the weight supports the battery on here and here, which is the only thickness is this bit here, these two bits, but everything else is very slimline and cut back, you know, to reduce the weight. And the suspension is here. Yes, it's not a bad design, not a bad design. Obviously there's no heat sink or, I mean, fan or anything like that. So if this gets very hot, you only got this small service here, which is so like a little heat sink here. And the service area is not as big as you expect, you know, for the amount of heat this produces. The service area should be about up to here, you know, this length. But instead of that length, it's reduced to nearly, so like 60%. So the heat disbursement is quite low. Yeah, because you're producing a lot of heat under there. And having this box here, the small box, act as a heat sink, it might not be enough. Obviously the battery case is connected to as well, so that will take a bit of heat from the battery, but the battery itself produces heat, so there's not much going out there. So it's only this bit here, so therefore the heating might be a little bit hot. Yeah, because of the heat sink is not that huge. But other than that, it's a very lightweight, simplicity design. In terms of quality, obviously you got edges like this, and if you happen to hit the edges on this, the whole thing will bend, and that's it, it's finished. So you just have to replace the whole lot. Yeah, I mean, obviously if you drop your wheel, that's what you expect with the Begode wheel. You know, just have to protect your wheel properly, and just make sure you don't come off. If it does come off, then definitely needs replacing all the parts. And the parts here, you can see there. Also the this stand, okay? You don't need to have it really. Just remove that. Just reduce a little bit of weight as well, because this is it's just useless. Just useless. It's just sitting there. It's got a little two magnet on the screw there, and that holds by the two little plastic, well, the metal ring washer. So that's where the magnetic is to hold this. When you push down, it hold on by magnetic. But you know, if you got push this around, you must just grab the front bar handle where the display is and push that around instead of using this, because it's you know, it doesn't. it's just might as well not have it, innit? If you build a handlebar like this, you know, crap. What's the point? Okay, so the backlight of the Blitz is actually it's built into the cover. So the top cover, the light goes all the way around, and it plugs into this plug here. So that's where the backlight is. It's just go all the way around the seat. Okay, so yeah, and that will look quite pretty as well. Now the motor on the Blitz, as you see there, it's got a shield on it, which is quite good. So that means it is waterproof. And so you got that rubber grommet over the axle, and that covers the bearing. Okay, and the cable obviously go inside there, and as usual they probably put silicone in there to seal it in. Yeah, all in all, it's quite a nice motor. Now I've got the battery coming. Okay, so this is the Blitz battery, and it's coming, in fact, which is good. Now we can carry on finishing the wheel. So you got the 4 battery, and the front looks slightly bigger, and the back one is smaller, but they are exactly the same size. If we have a look at it, if I pull it this way, and you can see there, edge to edge is exactly the same. So 4 batteries are exactly the same. The only difference is the front is that it's got this plastic here, which is the LED. So we turn it upside down. This is what it looks like. And at the back, this is the plastic cover here, which is the front and the back. And the back, this bit is the LED. So there will be light at the front and on the seat as well. So this is the connector for the LED light. And you got one on the other side, which is over here. Okay, so they're like the little e-scooter plug where you plug it in, and you can see the cable there, and the cable goes in there on the top. So it's just 2 little wire there, and that's the LED housing. The battery box itself is all metal, which is good. So there's no longer any plastic on the battery box. So even the metal on the bottom as well. So this bit is metal, and the surrounding is all metal, and the top is also metal as well. And what you get is this plastic rubber grommet that will go into the hole of the control housing. Okay, so you got 4 battery, 2 to the front, 2 to the back. Oh no, it looks quite good. So this is similar to the master battery. Okay, so let's put the wheel back together. So there you can see the front battery goes in, and that little cable here, okay, it plugs into this little red plug there, just next to the charging port. So that goes into here. Okay, and the battery cable has to go through, and then you slot that in from the top to seal the hole. Okay, so the battery goes in this way. So you gotta make sure the cable is point right to the slot. Okay, so that's how it should look like. and you pull the grommet through, and then you push it back into cover to seal the hole. Now the screw on the Blitz, there's something I don't like about Begode is they always use a stupid screw. Like for example, you got two bigger screw here to hold the battery in, and then on the bottom you got two tiny little screws to hold that bit there. And then when the pedal hanger plate goes over, that goes over those two holes there. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's all like sandwiched in the battery here. Okay, this bit here. And also you get this piece of plastic here, and that goes under the battery. Okay, and then you secure with screws. But what the problem is this is plastic. Okay, so this is plastic, and the thread on here is plastic. So you're putting metal screws into plastic, which I hate. You know, it's you can see there are thread in the plastic, but at the end of the day it's still plastic, and you're pushing it through. You know, sooner or later that's gonna come off. And yeah, I mean, sooner or later it will come off, but that is how it works. You just slide the plastic in here, in between the battery, and then hopefully you can get your screw in on the thread, which I really hate this kind of design. Okay, that's the Blitz. Okay, so this is the slim pedal hanger that goes on top of there. And see, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 8 screws holding it. So it's a tiny little plate that goes on top. Okay, and that's held on by the so it's 2 from the battery, and then 4 from the pedal hanger rod. Okay, the bracket rod. And then 4 bolt into the rod. So that's how it's held on. Okay, so the battery is in, and see the grommet. Okay, so that's watertight, 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 and watertight. And now we need to connect the so we've got the LED connector in the front, so that's in. Okay, and yeah, that clips in on both sides. So we've got 2 more up here, and then we've got the backlight as well on the other side, which is over here. So backlights. So what we do now is going to connect the battery, and then put the cover back on, and then the side panel, which is with the backlight, yeah, the side panel. So battery, cover, and then side panel with LED. Okay, so it's all put back together. Okay, so let's switch it on and see if it comes alive. So there's a button here, so there's 2 buttons on the bottom. So let's... We're live. Yeah. Oops. Wow, that's level out. So let's look. It's turned on, it's alive, no problem whatsoever, which is good. And so you see the it's got a very nice blue daylight light, and the lights on the front, and the rainbow color on the side. And you see there's red at the back, red, green, blue, purple and yellow. Okay, so yeah, that seems to be great. So the suspension has been pumped up and adjusted to the way I like it. Okay, so you got the suppressions and the rebound. So you adjust those one to your liking. And they seem to be look good. Okay, so we need to go and do a test ride, and I'm going to set the setting that I prefer usually on this, and we need to charge it up as well.